On the head. I'm Alan. On the fragment of what could have been.
The sounds you were hearing were recorded at night.
They basically had access to equipment, things that were never before available to a generation prior to that, which allowed them to basically just do whatever the heck they wanted, the way they wanted to, and be able to record it and capture everything.
So in our senior year of high school, we decided to make a tape of folk songs.
When I got my own 4-track, the first recordings became the folk tape.
I am on a train going nowhere. The atmosphere is constant down there.
Even though it technically wasn't Soothing Sounds for Baby, Al, Matt, and Tony were all on it.
Let America be America again.
Let it be the dream that it used to be.
The folk tape was really the first thing that was like their big hit.
Stole a car and drove to Connecticut. Milked the sacred cabinet, cleaned and dry. Snuck out last night, got real drunk. Too much, too crazy went. I got locked in my trunk.
Everyone wanted a copy, and each new song.
You're in now, so you won't complain.
Matt was definitely like just an expression that had to happen.
Oh yeah, all that stuff. He just nailed it with the lyrics and like the emotion and the melody and everything.
Shut up, you're in now.
A lot of mistakes and laughter on that, and I wanted to keep them all. So a sound developed out of that.
They would just do like one take for each song. So if somebody coughed or bumped into the mic or there was some weird popping sound,
I would use that because it sounded great.
You know, of course, I thought I was like Bob Dylan or whatever, and I'd make up these silly folk songs that I was immediately embarrassed about. But Matt had it in his head to make a video for every single song, like 40 songs. And so we never quite got there, but we did do a lot of videos.
Is this a dream? It's far too good to be true.
Wanted to make a video for some reason of the entire thing. That I don't understand, but I'm, I guess, grateful in a way that I did because it documents a very strange time.
It's like they had to create, and it was just creating for creating's sake.
and it's kind of cool that Max got to record a couple of the folk tape songs.
Even though I loved Max and loved hanging out with him, but something about when the Soothing Sounds got together, we just clicked in this way that was sort of undeniable. We almost thought of having a fourth member as Max, but we just loved the idea of this perfect, the idea of the three-piece, you know, like the Minutemen.
Started off with just a basic understanding of how to make music. It got so good so fast together that it mutated to get, you know, into some organic thing that could only be those three guys learning to play together.
I thought of something like that for Forward, that, you know, Jung, Jung. You know how sometimes you want to play on the offbeat with the chords?
Yeah. We'll play the chords on the beat, and then have this weird like little note. It's an echo.
Trios are one of the greatest, I think the greatest form to play in a band in.
Soothing Sounds as a trio was very impressive. They were incredibly tight.
So 3, you know, and you need 3 things to hold up some kind of stool. Also,
a tripod.
Right?
They recorded something called Where Do I Sign?
Okay, that sounds familiar.
And it was kind of their first full record.
This is awesome. This is probably handmade. They probably did, I'm guessing, like 50 of these at the most. Certainly keep your urine clean. Introvert, I remember that one. Forward, that's a direction, I'm not sure if it's a song title. The Lame Excuse, maybe the reason for the previous title. Logic's Gone. Self-explanatory.
Yeah, there was Logic's Gone on that. That was one of the first things I wrote. And it was in reaction to a guitar being so nonsensical.
Where did the photo come from?
Yeah, this was, I think, my grandfather took this. He came to one of our rehearsals. He came up and just turned down his hearing aids and was just like really into it. And then we all came out and he took this picture. It was something cool, even though it has his thumb in the picture. There was something about the way the rest of the picture worked. We just thought we'd kind of work with that.
And Philosophy King. I never owned this cassette.
Early on, the idea that Tony was a bass player and Matt was a guitar player and Alan was a drummer made sense. I think it did play to their strengths, but that they were all good at playing those things. So they would switch around.
They'd play a song with the guitar player playing guitar, bass player playing bass, and Al, the drummer, playing drums. And then they'd rotate. They'd be like, all right, now we're going to do another song. This one's Tony's song. And, you know, he'd get on guitar and Matt would switch to bass, I guess.
It was definitely unique. I think bands should do that now.
Whoever wrote the song would play guitar because they wrote it on guitar.
If you wrote a song and vocals on guitar, that's usually the person that wanted to play guitar. So then those guys started switching. And then, since we had already done some switching, we figured we should just do a switcheroo.
They'd have to come to a complete stop during the show, which is death to a band playing live. People will leave.
Definitely mixes it up, and you get to fulfill your fantasy of being a guitarist, a bassist, a drummer, a singer. You got songs that you can do that with. I say do it.
This is
Still mine, still mine.
I was definitely the best drummer, and I was the worst.
Matt graduated from high school a year after Alan Toney did, so there was this 1-year delay of when Matt would start Bard College.
Bard was filled with bohemian creative types. Everyone wore black, everyone smoked, and it was such a creative time that by the time Matt got there, we were ready to make some really creative, out there music. It was such a place that we went into the basement of one of the dorms, and there were these rehearsal rooms, and one of them was empty, so we just took it. We didn't ask any permission, we just took it and started playing in there, and no one said anything.
And that was amazing because we just had a rehearsal space that was just there whenever we wanted it.
And that's where Soothing Sounds, I think our best music was done.
That was I think, our most productive period and our most experimental period.
Every man's a gun, every kill's a prick. I love you. No, it's seeks meaning, let's see sick. I love you. Oh, it's educated.